Bizarre feud between Marjorie Taylor Greene and late night host Jimmy Kimmel. Let's let Jimmy Kimmel explain this one.
So I made a joke. I said, "Where is Will Smith when you need him?" After she saw it, she tweeted, "ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police."
Hi, this is Alonzo Bodden back with Rebel HQ and TYT. Now, let me explain to you how this works. They send me a few stories every day and ask what I'd like to comment on. And they sent a pretty good story about Clarence Thomas. It seems Clarence Thomas took a photo op with Herschel Walker, who is the football player running for Senate in Georgia. Now, why is that significant? Because Supreme Court justices aren't supposed to take pictures with politicians. That would sort of show a bias. Now, there isn't a code of conduct or code of ethics for the Supreme Court. Why? Because they didn't need one until now. And I thought that would be a pretty good story to comment on. But then they offered me Marjorie Taylor Greene. And when you're offered Marjorie Taylor Greene, you really can't pass that up. You know what I'm saying? Marjorie Taylor Greene is upset. She has pulled the ultimate Karen. She has called the Capitol Police on Jimmy Kimmel for telling a joke. That's right. A right-winger is upset over a joke. Sounds a little snowflake to me. Marjorie Taylor Greene called the Capitol Police on Jimmy Kimmel for telling a joke. That's right, a joke. You know, like when the Republicans say something horrible about somebody or some group and then they say, oh, it was just a joke. Yeah, except this actually was a joke told by a comedian on a late night show in a comedy monologue. That's how we all recognized it was a joke. But because many Republicans don't have a sense of humor, maybe Marjorie Taylor Greene missed that. So anyway, what happened was 3 senators voted to confirm Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. And of course, Marjorie said they must be pro-pedophile because a lot of Republicans are kind of hooked onto this pedophile thing. So Jimmy Kimmel, in response to her tweet, said, "Where's Will Smith when we need him?" It was a joke. It was right there. You got to take it. No, she didn't take it. She called the cops. The same Capitol Police that she refused to vote for a congressional gold medal for their action in protecting congresspeople during the insurrection, which she may or may not have been a part of. Wow, this is getting good. I almost feel like a Republican conspiracy theorist with layers and layers. I got to join QAnon. Anyway, more importantly, she disturbed the Gazpacho Police with her little joke problem. That's right, the Gazpacho Police. You remember when she said that? Nancy Pelosi has the Gazpacho Police watching us. Well, these police are busy making soup, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they don't have time for you whining.
She's trolling, but it's just one more, seditious snowflake for that particular file. This is free speech for me, but not for thee. This is when you elevate trolls, all you're going to do is get this kind of a food fight, and it's of course it's pathetic and hypocritical. But then it's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Let's not even talk about the hypocrisy of Marjorie Taylor Greene calling the police on somebody for saying something and then whining about herself being picked on for free speech when she, I don't know, does a speech with a white nationalist group. Let's not even talk about her attacking ABC. Maybe it's to, impress Donald Trump, who, as you remember, used to always attack NBC for telling jokes. Here's the thing about Marjorie Taylor Greene and this attack. Some cop for the congressional police had to read it, had to take the report. They had to waste their time with this nonsense, and they weren't allowed to say what they were thinking. I'm sorry, Ms. Greene. We have real work to do. Unlike you, who sits around tweeting when you're supposed to be working as a congresswoman, we actually have things to do. We don't want to be bothered. Why don't you call Karen and tell her your problems? No, they can't do that. They actually had to take the report.
She sees that Jimmy Kimmel has gone after her. She gets to fundraise off of it because you know what? She's fundraising like crazy with small dollar donations. Jimmy Kimmel elevates her status, makes her the victim. And by the way, you know why she's so crazy fundraising right now? She's got a primary opponent who's a legitimate primary opponent in a new district that has been redrawn to be 10 points less in favor of Donald Trump. And she's polling behind Donald Trump by 15 points. And in Georgia, it's an open primary. Democrats and independents can vote. She actually is running scared.
And the whole thing is a stunt. And as the report points out, it's about fundraising. It's about appealing to the lowest level of the Republican Party, who are always angry about something and love playing the victim. And now they're going to send money to Marjorie Taylor Greene because she's under attack by a left-wing comedian who probably went to college or something. So that's it. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a joke, called the police on Jimmy Kimmel for telling a joke because she can't recognize a joke. But that's not what I'm worried about. You know what I'm worried about right now? I'm a bit worried about Georgia. Yeah, this is all Georgia. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Georgia. Herschel Walker, Georgia. Clarence Thomas, and I didn't know this, is from Georgia. Georgia, look out. You're right next to Florida. What are you trying to do? Catch them? You trying to be the next crazy state in the list of crazy states? Come on, Georgia. You can do better. You've got Stacey Abrams there. Maybe you can elect her as governor again. Yeah, I know she was elected last time, but when the other candidate is the Secretary of State who's in charge of counting votes, makes it a little difficult to win. Stacey, Ms. Abrams, if you get this job, I wish you luck, because these could be the people you're working with. Could Georgia actually send Marjorie Taylor Greene to Congress again and then double down by sending Herschel Walker to the Senate? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Too many smart people in Atlanta. Good luck, Georgia. You tried to pull it off. You ain't fooling us. Is that a joke or am I serious? Let's check with Marjorie.